Tonight on SmackDown AfterBuzz, we break everything down to get ready for Money in the Bank. Plus, your prediction champ George is here, and he is picking his picks out of a hat. You have to stay tuned for that.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
No yak rug here, but we're still going to break down SmackDown as we go live on AfterBuzzTV.com, the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page, iTunes, SoundCloud. Like and subscribe and telling your friends about the wonderful world of AfterBuzz. Let's break down SmackDown, shall we? I am Christian Rosenberg. Twitter, @Rosenberg. Instagram, @Rosenberg. T-shirts, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. We got a big panel here this week. First off, the lovely lady to my left, Christy Reports. It is Christy Olson.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I would never do a show where there was a yak rug.
I know, that would be...
Hello.
That'd be uncalled for.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Over on the far end, @Curtain Jerks, it is Scott Narver.
I am reading things that need to be sold for money. Do you mind?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were busy during our podcast.
All right, fair enough. Trying to read to better educate myself.
And joining us this week, hanging out with us, he is currently our predictions champion, @G Hermoza, as his headphones fall off. It's George Hermoza.
Just can't be bothered.
No, it's funny. The other day I was doing a UFC show, and then my chair literally fell down as I'm doing the intro.
Oh, that's good.
Look it up. Trust me, we didn't do it again.
Like that?
One shot. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you're down all the way.
But yeah, you can follow me at GHermoza, GHERMOZA, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Somebody said after I rambled the other day, they're like, oh, you should join Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm like, oh, maybe.
You say it like how Jericho says WWE. WWE.
Would you be Creepy Bone?
Probably.
If you join Bone Thugs? Hashtag
I
Creepy
think
Bone.
there's an opening for a creepy bone, actually.
Awesome.
I think there's an opening for all the bones. As I'm reading the program for the 1990 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're just enjoying some reading.
Which is for sale, by the way.
Oh, God.
Going to be putting it up soon on my eBay page.
Stop with that.
G Hermoza.
Okay. We brought you here because a couple weeks ago you filled in for me and claimed that you could make your predictions for Money in the Bank out of a hat.
Yeah. I mean, I am going to make the predictions. I'm not going to win. I'm trying to give you a chance. How close were you last month to having this over there in front of your microphone?
I still have nightmares.
I was going to say, he laughs, but he's bitter about it.
The worst is, like, everybody was tweeting you, like, oh, congrats! You're on your knees saying, finally!
I was.
And little did
I bought a new car, like, in celebration.
You quit your job.
I figured I'm now set for life.
You told every wrestling company to shove it.
I'm starting my own because I have millions of dollars now for being the champion, because that's what it brings, of course.
Sure.
I mean, that's where you could... That's how you bought that WrestleMania 22 jersey that you're wearing today,
That's
George.
right. I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is also going on sale?
Actually, no, not. This is for me.
All right, so let's break down SmackDown. So we start off with the highlight reel, and Chris Jericho was busy bragging about how he created Money in the Bank, which he did officially bring it up.
Yeah,
on
well
TV.
documented.
Man's got a point.
Yep. But he has never won that briefcase.
It's biding his time.
Oh.
Actually, a small note. I'm accidentally.
Do you have a phone call?
I'm accidentally dialing somebody. Stop calling. He actually really did come. I know a lot of people come up with like, oh, it just did it for the storylines. If you read his, I want to say his second book, he actually did have a big part in coming up for the Money in the Bank match. Him and Brian
George is the only
Gerwitz.
person I know who reads the books.
Him and Brian
Reads the WWE books.
Well, they're dumbbells for your brain.
Yeah, and in my defense, the Jericho book was never released by the WWE, so you're wrong.
Oh, I'm so sorry, George Hermoza. My goodness, I misspoke.
Guys, I don't want you to fight.
So, but when Jericho says he invented the Money in the Bank match, it's pretty much true. Not like Bischoff, who created the Elimination Chamber match. That was storyline.
He drew it on a cocktail napkin.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened right there? You totally cowered down. Like that didn't happen. Air quotes
you were wrong, G Herm.
No, because I remember I have the napkin on a frame.
Oh, is that on your eBay store?
No, that's for me.
Oh, jeez.
You're not selling the right stuff, G Herm. Sorry to say.
So
Old paper?
Jericho's guest this week is Ambrose, and Ambrose is complimenting the new set. We got a new Geritron, and we have a rug, which we find out is made out of yak's fur, or yak's hair. Excuse me. I don't think it's fur on a yak; it's hair. Ugh. And Ambrose is walking around with a cup of coffee, and Jericho's like, "Why do you have coffee on my new rug?" He sounded like a cynical old man. Like, don't spill the coffee.
Listen, Ambrose already ruined the jacket. He's not going to let him go full bore on his rug.
Well, Jericho talks about how Ambrose has a hole in his soul because he's never been the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
That's like the hole in your soul that it's been years since you've been Predictions Champion.
I think...
Not even years, just never been.
No, I have. It was around the 1990 Royal Rumble that was the last time I was a champion. And...
You're 58 years old.
Yes, I am.
And I picked Haku to win.
I thought it was his year. But, Jericho's mentioned Ambrose will continue to have a hole in his soul after this Sunday because he won't win the Money in the Bank briefcase. They are interrupted by Kevin Owens, who then starts talking about how he's going to win it. And then he is shortly after interrupted by Del Rio, who gets about 4 words out, and then he's interrupted by Cesaro, who does not get any words out, and then interrupted by Sami Zayn. And Cesaro's like, really? Like, I can't even say anything? Like, it's not cool.
He didn't even get to set himself up for the suit ripoff.
Yeah. I mean, actions speak louder than words.
This is true.
You should have just done that.
I feel like whenever there's a Money in the Bank match, coming up, obviously they had 3-4 weeks of build. I feel like that's the easiest time for the writing team. Because it's so like, okay, we're going to do a 6-man match. We're going to do, each person's going to have a one-on-one match with each other. I feel like it's just so easy for them. They're like, oh, crap. I mean, it's going to be over after the Sunday. Now what are they going to do with all these guys?
Then some will fall into obscurity.
Exactly.
Oh, no, they're going to get Kalisto'd?
Aww.
Say it ain't so.
It's better than Sin Cara.
Ooh, it is.
It's better than Damien Sandow.
Ooh.
Who?
Exactly.
I don't even know who that is.
He's selling everything Damien Sandow right now. G Hermoza on eBay.
Zayn brings up how tonight there's a 6-man tag for the main event, and Jericho is busy bragging about his team. That's going to be of him, Del Rio, and Owens. And in the midst of that, Ambrose spills the coffee on the new rug, and Jericho starts squealing.
Well, he saved the Geritron 6500 at least.
Yes.
Took away the privileges and brought it back up into the ceiling, but yeah, couldn't save the carpet.
I like how he brought up even like you're not going to Shawn Michaels me and put me through the TV. I
that was
cool.
cool.
He actually just brought it up just briefly.
Yeah, no, I did like that too. So that's leading for our main event. But our first match of the evening is a fatal 4-way with members of the 4-way tag team title match. We have Luke Gallows versus Aiden English versus Big Cass versus Kofi. We have Xavier Woods and Enzo both on commentary.
Yay.
I didn't really feel like Enzo got to say a whole lot.
Really?
I mean, not until like the end.
Okay.
He still said too much for Scott Narver.
He said a lot. He said a lot.
I've always had
I gave him credit. I said his line in the beginning, so...
I've always had a question for when he talked. Does he say a couple of haters or a cup of haters? Now, he's slick enough to pull off a cup of haters. I'm just saying, think about it. Maybe he's saying, a cup of haters? A cup of haters? Is that a good Enzo impression?
I want that to be looped over and over and over again.
Somebody will make it up.
Name it, people.
I believe it's a coupla.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There's always been
because he can
more
do the
than one
East Coast
person.
thing, this one.
Because I do hear, I never heard the L, but I guess I'll put it in slow-mo.
Yeah, if you go super slow-mo, you can hear all the syllables.
Good to know. This whole time.
Chaotic fatal 4-way, like they usually are. Mm-hmm. Gotch got involved, Big E got involved, Anderson got involved. Eventually ends with Kofi hitting Trouble in Paradise on Aiden English, getting the win for the New Day as they stand tall going into this Sunday.
Well, let's not forget Kofi's triumphant entrance.
He was carried on Big E's shoulders.
It was like he had been eliminated for the first time in a Royal Rumble match. He's being carried around by Big E triumphantly with unicorn horn on his head. That was great. That was really funny stuff.
Yeah, and so I guess, though, along the subject of New Day, This week's Believe That apparently has something to do with them. So for those of you new listening, Believe That every week, Christy absolutely loves the dirt sheets. I think they're as useful as a rug made out of yak hair.
Oh, keep your feet warm. That's useful.
So each week, Christy tells us a story she found on the dirt sheets, and we decide whether or not we believe it or not. And George gets to pitch in this week. So grab your helmets, watch out for the explosions. It's time for Believe That! George is not fazed by the explosions at all. I don't understand.
Mr. No Sell.
George, if you continue to treat my segment like it doesn't matter, I am going to do something to your chair.
Oh,
Come on now.
snap.
Fearless.
Look alive. That's
Fearless.
right. I'm fearless today. Woo! And speaking of the ladies, let's talk about the New Day first.
Speaking of the ladies, let's talk about New Day.
I'm going, well.
We're going to find out. We're gonna
Interesting
find
you
out.
guys would say that because
Okay.
is the Lady Boss about to join the New Day? Do you believe this, gentlemen? Perhaps Sasha Banks will become the 4th member of the New Day. Big E said in an interview that he would definitely pick her to add to the crew. They've always talked about adding someone else. Sasha Banks herself has discussed the possibility of this, and she has said she would like to join a male tag team in the past. She talked about joining the Dudley Boys and the New Day. So it seems like this is an idea that has been tossed around quite a bit. Gentlemen, do you think it could happen? Do you believe that?
Wow, I got nervous right off the bat because when you said the Lady Boss, I assumed Linda McMahon. And I thought
She would fit
the greatest
perfectly with the New Day.
and the worst. Yeah, you know what? Ultimately, yeah, I think it'd be pretty great if it was Linda McMahon and the New Day. But now I have to rethink this whole thing. Sasha Banks. Yeah, well, she's not been in the limelight as of late. We don't know what's going on. It'd be a pretty crazy cool addition to have a faction of men and women, because I feel like we haven't seen that in a really long time, if really at all. Like the corporation,
Like just with Stephanie as part of the corporation type deal.
yeah, or China,
Generation X or even NWO.
yeah. It's not really a big thing. I'd love to see something like that, and I don't know. I could believe that.
All right.
I will not believe that. I think I think their company's big on maybe like the 6-man or the 3-man teams. We see it with AJ and the Club and the New Day, and now I guess the Social Outcast. I don't know. I personally don't. I think Big E even said in the same interview that he thinks that Sasha's would be great on her own. I think they just kind of asked them like, oh, who do you think would be a great addition if you guys did? And obviously they're always wearing. I think even on Raw, like I think Big E had like the Sasha glasses. Like they're always putting her stuff over, and rightfully so. She's amazing.
I love the thought of it. I think it'd be really unique, and even though I still love everything the New Day does, I know some people are starting to think maybe they're a little stale as George breaks something. But I think Sasha would be far better on her, and I don't think this is any plan at all. So I refuse to believe this. Although I would like it, I refuse to believe
And it's
it.
funny, even in Team Bad, you can always kind of tell that Sasha, just without even trying, she always just kind of stood out above everyone else, just by being there. And not to say that she wouldn't, that she wouldn't mix in with the New Day well. I just think that I think she's better on her own.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
G. Herm has spoken.
Just him.
Overall,
Scott
we
and
do
I
not
haven't.
believe that.
Scott and I did not speak, but George did.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I heard.
Well, I'm the
Wow.
special guest. I'm the champion.
After he decided to pay attention to my segment, now we're cool again.
Got it. Okay.
Yes!
Renee's backstage with Natalia and Becky. Becky compares her and Natalia to Mulder and Scully from the X-Files.
I mean, I can totally see it.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Which one's Mulder?
Oh, I don't even know which one, who's who on that show.
Mulder was Duchovny, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, then that's Becky for sure.
but there's
So Mulder-
Becky's the man one. Whatever you mean. Becky's the male one.
All right. They're interrupted by Charlotte and Dana, hyping up that tonight we have Charlotte versus Natalia 101. They go back and forth a little bit, talking about Dana and Charlotte are on the same page, yada, yada, yada.
Yep. Just the promo we expected.
Yeah.
pretty cookie cutter.
I kind of like when she says playtime is over.
Well, that's her.
It means business is going to get
That's her
going.
catchphrase.
I know, and I like it.
I don't
She
know. I
sells
like
it.
playtime.
Aww.
You want playtime to never end.
Yeah, all this business stuff. Ugh.
I might get a T-shirt if it says playtime is over. Depends what color it is.
It's probably purple or teal.
Then I'll definitely get it.
Baron Corbin versus Zack Ryder. Dolph Ziggler on commentary. What should we say about this match?
It's never happened before. This segment is the newest thing that they've ever done. It's crazy. It's building up a match we have not seen.
On the kickoff show, no less.
Yeah, unprecedented.
Have we had... There has not been 3 straight kickoff matches of the same match.
Because what, Ryback Kalisto was 2?
Yes.
2 of them?
Yeah.
This is now 3 pay-per-views in a row that we have Corbin and Ziggler on the kickoff.
With everything at stake.
Like,
Everything.
I mean, such build.
I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with
It's
this.
been 3 months and there has been no build in this feud. One time Baron kicked Ziggler in the balls. That's it.
Yeah, is this the whole thing? Like, oh, Baron Corbin is aloof and he doesn't really do anything, so he doesn't. We just won't even give them a story. Like, I'm
not blaming
saying,
Corbin in
I'm
this.
saying I'm inclined to blame Baron Corbin.
This is a time I actually feel bad for Dolph Ziggler because I don't know what else there is to do with this. As his character being in this situation, like,
Yeah.
what else is there? Other than to go like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight you anymore. I'm done.
Don't you know I'm a stand-up comedian now? Guys, come on.
Hey, I've done improv with him.
I know, you guys were fantastic.
Oh, that's right. You
From
went to
what
one
I
of our
remember.
shows.
Yes.
Yeah, you were kind of drunk then. I introduced
I know
you
what
to
you're
Dolph
talking about.
Ziggler, and you just brushed him off like he was nothing.
Hey, in her defense, she
Oh, regular Baron Corbin, eh?
in her defense,
Exactly.
she was just having a good conversation with Markia.
That's right.
Ah.
We love Markia.
Hi, Markia.
See you Sunday.
Are you guys fighting?
She's doing the Money in the Bank, or are you guys gonna fight?
No.
This
She's
Sunday
gonna come do
in
Money in the
Vegas.
Bank.
Oh,
No.
okay.
We're like a team.
Oh, I didn't.
We're not like opponents.
Okay, so who's Natalia and who's Becky?
Playtime is over.
Who's Mulder?
Well,
Who's Scully?
I mean, I have to be Natalia.
Who's Beavis and who's
because
Butthead?
I'm blonde and usually dress a little bit more Natalia-y.
So you never
and
win?
I think she's Becky because everyone loves her and she's cute and funny. Right?
I'm fine with that.
Agreed? Yeah. All right. Glad we got that straightened out.
Rusev versus Kalisto. Well, this really didn't end up being a match because Rusev caught Kalisto in his entrance, which is insane when you think about that.
That was awesome.
And then Rusev proceeded to decimate Kalisto before the match even started. You know, that guy who's a former 2-time United States champion who had a feud with Rusev.
John Cena?
No, not him. Who also beat Ryback on multiple occasions and also beat Del Rio on multiple occasions.
Eddie Guerrero?
It does sound like John Cena still, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about Kalisto. Got destroyed by Rusev. Then Sin Cara came out to make the save. One clothesline apparently destroyed Sin Cara. He was
Surprise, surprise.
like on a video game. He was essentially like at the weakest amount of energy possible. So one hit just destroyed him.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
No.
You know, he had just been carbing up and catering, so it's not set for that.
And then Titus comes out to try to make the save. Rusev just tries to walk away, thinking that will solve the problems.
Yeah, Titus is running at full speed into the ring, and Rusev just casually gets out, and then, yes, a slow walk, like Titus is defeated by the ropes that he's in an electric pen that he can't get out of, and then gets clobbered from behind, to his surprise.
So they're continuing to try to build up for their United States title match this Sunday, which we'll talk about shortly. George, you love pulling out the magazines while I'm breaking stuff down.
Not promoting.
Shut up. The camera's not even on you when I'm talking.
But when it is on me, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm so over this feud. I don't even know. I don't even want to.
Feud hasn't even started.
Between you and Christian? But it's the title. The title's on the line.
Yeah.
How can you be over this? Regular Baron Corbin
There
over
it
here.
is. Bell sounded.
The so-called feud between Titus O'Neil and Rusev. I can't just say Rusev. It's Rusev. Nobody else?
I can't roll my R's.
Rusev crush Mashka. Which, by the way, means crush. I don't know if you guys need that.
I thought it was mashed potatoes.
Yes, they've said it multiple times.
I thought it was mashed potatoes.
I like Cruz, but it's just one of those things where it's like we see Titus O'Neil and we just can't help but think like, oh, well, they're just trying to get him in good graces again. And I mean, am I the only one?
I think, I was mentioned last week, I think they just completely threw him into this little feud. But I like that they're giving him a pay-per-view match. Mm-hmm. I wish they really had some legit story behind it, because there really isn't any.
Yeah,
I would have rather seen Jack Swagger again.
No.
I've seen that so much. Jack's funny as can be, but there's just nothing there. I mean, with these guys facing off again, they've done it again, and Jack lost the exact same way again. I agree with Christian that I wish Titus had more, because the pessimist in me thinks that this is going to be one of those occasions where they go, all right, here's your match, go make the most of it. And it's like, if you gave me a little bit of credibility going in, I could do more. So hopefully the match speaks for itself and he can turn some heads.
Has he wrestled at all since he came back? On
Titus?
Yeah, he had a match. He had a match a couple of SmackDowns ago, didn't he?
Nope.
With somebody or another.
Did he? He was in the Battle Royal. Out? He had run-ins on Raw. He started to come down in the ring and got attacked by Rusev.
I mean, they even brought it up in that weekly interview that they do every Wednesdays. I think last week. I think Michael Cole mentioned that he was gone for like 2 months. You know, obviously Titus was saying he learned a lot, but now you're gonna get a title shot. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I would have rather had a better build or just someone else, or make Darren Young make a, you know, if you're gonna give it to one of those guys, give it to Darren Young.
I mean, it makes you wonder if another big guy was supposed to be in this storyline.
Kalisto.
Exactly.
Chat roll, let us know.
I'm trying to think who else could have possibly been considered a big guy.
She's saying Ryback.
I don't know who that is.
Hold on, sorry.
I don't know who that is.
I totally thought you were pretty serious.
Well, I'd say chat roll, let us know if on Superstars or Main Event or one of the other off shows if Titus O'Neil has
Did he ever have any matches?
Singles match in all this time.
I'm sure he has house shows, but like, were there any televised matches?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
And do those really count, the Main Event or Superstars matches?
Sure.
Okay.
They count to people internationally,
Yep.
Yeah.
which make up a large portion of our fans. Hey, guys.
If you see it, it counts. That's what I say.
Renee's backstage with AJ in the club. He's talking about what he's going to do to Cena this Sunday, and they're interrupted by the New Day, who are still bragging over Kofi's win earlier in the evening. And AJ challenges Xavier Woods to a match because he feels he needs a tune-up before this Sunday. And Kofi's like, no, not going to happen. No, he ain't wrestling you. And Woods is like, hold on a minute. I haven't had a singles match in a minute. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now. And all of a sudden, Kofi went from, no, he's not going to do, oh, snap, he's going to beat you.
Because he knew Xavier didn't need to. He knew he could beat him. It's his teammate. It wasn't necessary. But Xavier took the challenge.
Yep. And then that match immediately followed. And I tell you what, we know Xavier Woods is a very good wrestler, but we don't see him as often because he's the biggest mouthpiece for New Day. Mm-hmm. But damn, was he awesome in this match.
Yeah, and you know, they keep teasing this whole, when the brand split comes, maybe they'll break up the New Day. And this sort of seemed like a
Can you
test
talk like
for
that?
that.
Whose voice was that supposed to be?
We go through this every week, you guys. That is my man voice. That is what I hear when men speak.
We don't talk like that.
No, that's exactly how you talk.
Okay, maybe.
But you know, they've been kind of trying to tease that, and this sort of felt like a test. Like, ooh, how can Xavier Woods do by himself? And what if Kofi and Big E are just over here alone? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I hope they get drafted together, though. They still have like a good few years of
years
being together.
I don't think Kofi wants to do that for years.
They got at least another decade.
Yeah. They really want to. I think they're just going to keep them together until they win that Slammy, because they were robbed. They were robbed last year.
It always goes to the Usos.
Yeah. And the best part was like, I think Xavier was gonna sing or something. They're like, oh well, you guys didn't vote us for Tag Team of the Year, and everybody starts zooming and booing. They're like, you know, you're booing yourselves, right? You know, you guys voted the Usos.
One thing I wanted to mention: Xavier Woods at one point climbed the top rope, and then took a couple steps walking along it. Mm-hmm. This isn't Undertaker's old school where he is also holding the wrestler's arm. He just walked on his own and then jumped with an elbow drop.
Shades of Elix Skipper.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was great. Now, granted, he lost the match, but...
Right, and AJ did something very similar about 2 seconds later.
Well, his phenomenal forearm.
Yeah, but he also did he pranced along the top rope a little bit.
He didn't walk on
How
it.
did you just prance on it?
Oh, you
Like
saw
a man
it.
does.
Oh.
Exactly.
That's how you see
no,
when a man prance.
He took as many steps as Xavier Woods did, I feel like.
It was.
It was very like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, Xavier was very impressive, and then the jumping over the top rope and doing the flip. That was awesome. Just everything. Xavier Woods pulled out all stops for people to see.
It's one of those things where you always hear from like a lot of the veterans or maybe just some of the backstage guys where you have to use whatever minute you're given, make sure you maximize those minutes. And Xavier Woods did that. Obviously, we've seen him, be money on the mic, but now we get to see him be money in the ring now.
Maybe he's trying to make his own case to go solo.
No, I know. He did a great job. Mm-hmm. Really fun match. Honestly, this is probably my favorite match of the night, these two.
And also, it was unexpected and something we haven't seen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Even he said it. He's
you.
like, I haven't had a singles match in forever. Probably since he got squashed by Rusev like 2 years ago.
No, I think the last time was when he responded to the U.S. Open Challenge. He had a match with Cena, which was also really good. But guys, we gotta relax. We gotta go to theater right now because it's once again time to make Darren Young great again. So as always, I will be playing the role of Darren Young, and Mr. Scott Narver will be playing the role. Mr. Scott Narver.
Yeah, it sounded quick. It sounded like how George says his eBay store and all that. It sounded like Miss Scott Narver. Just clarifying.
Couple of.
A couple. No, just one. Just one.
He'll be playing the role of Mr. Backlund. George, do not grab one of your magazines while we're doing this because this is well, the Tonys just recently happened, and this is theater, so this is Tony worthy.
Yeah.
So
We got snubbed.
we did. We should have won.
Sorry, guys.
Damn Hamilton.
Yeah. It's a 99-seat black box in here. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. This week's Make Darren Young Great Again. Hey, Coach, I've been doing a lot of reading lately, and I've been feeling really inspired, and really motivated. I've been getting some great advice.
That's good. You need to read. You need to read at all times. If you ever see anything that's something you could read, you should just bend over, pick it up, and read it, no matter what the circumstances are.
Well, like even if someone had a little want sign on a telephone pole.
Yeah, grab it, read it. If you see a magazine on the floor, pick it up and read it. It's there, and it's good dumbbells for your brain.
Well, Coach, I've been actually reading a lot of poetry. I think it's just fantastic and really emotional. I get so much imagery in my mind, and it relaxes me.
No, don't do that. You don't need to relax. You need to be tense at all times and very uncomfortable. Get suspenders.
But like I feel like I get lots of great advice from all these poems and all these great poets, and
Don't take advice from don't ask advice from anyone ever. You don't need advice.
but aren't you giving me advice right now?
Yes?
So should I listen to you?
No, never listen to me. Never.
But then why are you giving me advice if I'm not supposed to listen? I'm really confused.
This is a test. You failed. The
no.
only man you should ever listen to is the smartest man ever, Dean Douglas. Listen to Dean Douglas.
Was he wearing suspenders too?
He was wearing a cap, a graduation cap, and he wrote on a chalkboard, smartest man that's ever lived. Going into the WWE Hall of Fame any minute now.
So back to me.
Dean Douglas.
Insane. Oh, thank you.
you
See?
guys.
Do you hear the audience?
Yeah.
They didn't cheer like that for Hamilton.
No, not at all.
You never clap like that for me.
There's a reason.
Perform something, George.
Take us to theater, George.
Our whole life is a performance.
God.
So buy a
So
ticket.
deep.
Yeah. My Instagram quote.
Natalia versus Charlotte. Charlotte spent the time destroying her face in this match.
Yeah.
She fell a lot on her face. How she was not bleeding profusely is beyond me. That was just a note I had. Dana and Becky got into it on the outside. Match eventually ends with a figure eight. Charlotte makes Natalia tap out. And they're building momentum for their team because there's no women's championship match, but there will be a women's tag team match this Sunday.
Wah, wah.
Why are you sad? Why are you sad?
I mean, it just doesn't seem important enough. You know, the ladies are doing so well right now, and I was just really had my fingers crossed for that female Money in the Bank match. Just saying.
There's always next year.
That's like 369 days away.
That's fast math.
There was at
Smarter
least
than I look.
there was at least the the added stakes of Charlotte saying to Dana that when she cost her that match, that if you screw this tag match up for us, then we're done. You're not going to be with me. So that was at least something to add to it all.
And I do love me some Dana Brooke, so all right, I'll take it.
All right.
Good for you.
Main event time, Del Rio, Jericho, and Owens versus Ambrose, Zayn, and Cesaro. We've been seeing all these guys go for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We know it's going to be great. Everyone got their moments in it. The really interesting part came at the end because Kevin Owens is essentially friends with no one. He super kicks his partners, and then he turns into a dirty deeds, and Dean Ambrose pins Kevin Owens. So Ambrose has the most momentum going into this Sunday.
I would have liked to see them mix it up. I would have liked to see Team Canada versus the world. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Jericho against Cesaro, Del Rio, and Ambrose.
Yeah, but
Just
they've
mix
got
it
to
up
keep
a little
that
bit, just like the way they mix it
KO
up.
thing
But
going.
no, but I mean, they even did that the other week when they had Sami Zayn and KO team together, which is, I'm sure, a nice little fun thing to watch for all the indie guys, the indie fans, former Ring of Honor tag team champions. Oh, was I the only one?
No, it was very cool.
Yeah, we're just agreeing with you.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty neat. People talk about momentum in this match, but this is a match that's all about being sneaky. You don't need momentum. Kevin Owens doesn't need momentum for getting a pinfall. It's all about that last minute grab. Shoving somebody off a ladder. You just got to be ready.
You just got Zack Rydered.
Anything can happen in the WWE.
That is proof that anything can happen.
Not everything is predictable. Sometimes finishes get pulled out of a hat. For real.
So that wraps up SmackDown. So now we got to get into our predictions for Money in the Bank.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So Money in the Bank is this Sunday. It is in Vegas, which means a lot of people are going to be gambling on this. We don't condone it, but it is fun.
Steve Kaufman, save your money.
Yep.
Don't do it.
And like I was saying, a couple weeks ago, George filled in for me, and George mentioned on the show that for this pay-per-view, he will pick all of his matches out of a hat just to try to give the rest of us a chance to win that predictions title. So,
I mean, I won this.
we have a hat.
I think for Fastlane, for
Yeah, you've had it a time or
Survivor-
two, G.
for
Herm.
TLC.
A time or two. What happened?
Survivor
You used to have your
Series.
picture on it. What happened?
I don't know where the pictures went.
I don't know either.
Okay.
We were co-champs for one of those. Don't forget.
That was for Night of Champions.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have little slips of paper for each match. I'll be putting them in the hat as they go on. Christy will then hold the hat, mix it up, and George will pick. And he has to make an argument on why that's how this match is going to end.
Oh, I do?
Yep.
Well, like
This could be your
this person's going to win
performance,
because
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is your
Did
chance.
that bum you out, justifying the pick from a hat?
Whatever. I'm probably still going to win anyways.
So, and
Humble
we'll make
at
George,
every turn.
we'll make George go last for each one.
All right.
Because his is going to be the entertaining ones.
Right.
So, first match, kickoff for the third time, Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. No stipulations, just another one-on-one match. I would have to think Corbin wins this match, so I'm going to go with him. I'm just confused as to why it's happening again.
Agreed on all accounts.
DQ. Let's go number 4. Let's keep going. Double
All right.
DQ.
Go ahead and mix it up,
Herm.
George. Pick one.
And the winner of this match is going to be Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Because he's the veteran. Probably would have picked him anyways. He's the veteran. Just like the first time they fought, they wrestled. And it's one of those things where it's like, everybody's always saying like, oh, well, they need to build up the new guy. Why? whenever you see like a rookie come in and go into the NFL, does he always beat the veteran? Probably not. Does the rookie team always become NBA?
I didn't realize this was going to go super long.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I always like hate whenever like, oh, why is the rookie already losing already? He needs to be built up for the future. No, he doesn't. Triple H lost the Ultimate Warrior like in 45 seconds, and look at him now, banging the boss's wife, daughter, banging the boss's daughter. Well, he's the boss of
He's
NXT.
getting around.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
All right.
Linda,
got real crass there for a
Linda
second.
in the New Day, and Linda getting banged by Triple H. Apparently, you heard it here first.
So,
Let me make my
second
pick.
kickoff match, we have Apollo Cruz versus Sheamus. So we have 2 kickoff matches. I'm saying Cruz wins this match. I could see this one going either way, but I'm going with Cruz.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Sheamus, and then it continues.
I'm gonna go with Sheamus. Yeah, same thing. It continues.
All right. And George?
Why is there like 3 in here? Did you take out the Baron Corbin?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I took it out.
Because why did I
Special
just
running.
pick him? Oh, no contest?
Yeah,
That's
because it's a one-on-one match, so there could be a no contest or a draw. So explain why there'll be a no contest or draw in this match.
Well, because they need to fight at the next pay-per-view at Battleground.
All right. So you got no contest.
I'm not gonna put it back in there.
Oh yeah, no, that one goes in each
That
one.
would have been my pick for the main
It's
event.
always a possibility.
Yep. From there we have the women's tag team. Well, let me make sure I have. No, I lied. Not the women's one yet. We have John Cena versus AJ Styles.
You're calling them women just
Yeah.
because of the AJ's haircut? Oh, everybody lay off of that hairdo.
So we know this feud is going to go all summer.
Isn't it?
I don't think it's just going to be a one-time thing. It shouldn't be a one-time thing.
Well, what Christy Warzeka was saying on Slamcast that it was basically the idea that maybe since the brand split, they'll be on different shows. So maybe this is the one time we'll get it.
Or they're trying to set up the big rivalry for one of the shows.
True. So,
I'm thinking it's the first one of their feud.
okay.
And in most of these ones, when Cena's like wrestling, I don't want to say a young guy, but like a newer guy to WWE programming, Cena tends to lose the first match of their feud, which is why I think he's
Rusev or Wyatt.
he lost his first match against Rusev.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I just stumped
I mean,
George.
not against Wyatt.
Wow.
But he did against Owens, he did against Rollins, he did against Rusev. But because there's a pattern, I think they're going to break that, and Cena wins.
Oh.
See, it's stuff like that that robs you of the belt. However,
And she's
I
so
think that-
right.
I think Cena's going to win too.
I'm going AJ Styles.
All right.
Okay.
And George?
For the record, I would have picked AJ Styles.
Baron Corbin is the winner.
Baron Corbin wins every match.
John Cena.
That's right.
I guess everybody's gonna pick John Cena.
That's right.
All right. Next match. What do I have
Really hope it
next
doesn't win.
written down here? Okay. United States Championship. Rusev defending against Titus O'Neil.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Rusev crush. No questions.
Yes, 100%. Rusev.
Rusev.
Yeah.
Come on.
Please.
Who do you got,
no
George?
contest.
Please pick Titus. Please pick Titus. Rusev. Damn it. He's going to get them all right, and he was picking them out of a damn hat.
See, no contest.
That's not going to help him be less
Dolph
cocky.
Ziggler.
Well, it's not your hat, Christian. You should have
That's
brought
true.
your own hat.
It is George's own hat.
John
Oh,
Cena.
is it a trick hat?
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the tiebreaker question. We were talking about one earlier, but Steve decided to kind of alter it, and I kind of liked it because we haven't done this in a little while. As far as this, the Cruz versus Sheamus match. How long will the match be? Like you pick kind of a time.
I liked mine better.
Yeah, I feel like we came up with some other ones that were a little juicier, but okay.
6 minutes.
All right, George. I won't have you pick that out of a hat. You can choose whatever time you want for the tiebreaker.
I'll probably pick like 7:23.
Okay.
Really? I'm thinking like 4, maybe like 4:23.
I think this is going to be, because they're doing 2 matches on the kickoff, I have a feeling this one's going to be like super quick. Mm-hmm. And like Cruz somehow rolls them up in like, I'm going a minute and a half. Ooh. I'm going like, it's going to be way too fast and Sheamus is going to snap.
Okay.
So there's that. Okay, that was our tiebreaker stuff. From there, we got
that out of the way.
what is next? We got the Fatal 4-Way for the tag titles. So we got Gallows and Anderson, New Day, Vaudevillains, and Enzo and Cass. Well, this one cannot have no contest because there must be always a winner in a Fatal 4-Way. So you don't have to worry about a no contest in this one, George. I say the feud with New Day and Gallows and Anderson is just beginning. I think New Day will retain on Sunday, but then begin their feud with them. Okay. So I'm going New Day.
I'm going to say the club.
I'm going with the sandwich, the club.
Yeah.
Really?
And George's pick.
Come on,
Vaudevillains.
Come on, Usos.
It won't be Enzo and
Yes.
Cass. And the big winner is, I can already see it now, New Day.
Oh,
Jeez,
how is this happening?
For a heel manager, you're not pulling any of the names, so you can't.
I'm failing miserably at this. What other matches we got here? Oh, the women's tag match. So Natalia and Becky Lynch versus Dana and Charlotte.
And of course.
You want me to go crazy? I always have one crazy pick in all
No,
this.
that is the kind of stuff that screws. Come on, Christian.
I know it screws me over, but well, I'm picking Charlotte and Dana to win,
Okay.
which is not necessarily crazy. What I think is crazy is one of their opponents is gonna turn.
Ooh.
One of them is either Natty's turn on Becky or Becky's turn on Natty. I don't know which one, but they're gonna align themselves with Charlotte and Dana, and the female stable shall begin.
Oh, I would like that. But
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
think
right,
that's
audience.
gonna happen. Ooh, I don't know. Now my brain's all jumbled up, and I don't even know. No, I'm gonna say Charlotte and Dana take this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scott?
Charlotte and Dana. Yeah, because we're trying to solidify Dana in the group here. Otherwise, we would have had Flair this whole time.
That's right.
And George?
No contest.
Ah, yes!
Yay!
Yes! Which, now, if one of them turns, get that no contest one back. Now, if one of them turns...
That'd be my pick for the main event. I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't come out.
If one of them turns, it might just be a no con. They might throw it out.
That's true.
Just think of it that way.
I miss the days when there were team names for the Survivor Series.
Wait, stop looking at your damn programs. All right, Money in the Bank ladder match. Winner gets a shot at a title anytime over the next year. You cannot have your no contest in the Money in the Bank.
You know what's funny? If it was up to me, I'd actually pick a tie.
For Money in the Bank? Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
And then they'd face off at the next pay-per-view.
Well, you can grab two at once and just say those two are tied. I mean, if you want to go that crazy.
No.
I honestly...
Steve really thinks there's going to be a seventh person in the match.
I don't know. So, for months, I was thinking Kevin Owens was going to win Money in the Bank. Then when Ambrose got in it, I was pretty much sold on we're going to have a Shield set up with Ambrose winning the briefcase. Mm-hmm. But then after the promo on Raw,
Just
I went
say
back to
all
Owens.
6 of them, please.
Owens. I went back to Owens. Owens is winning. Owens.
Now, Ambrose. They're going to milk this. We're going to be seeing this crap play out until next WrestleMania.
Saying it since day one, Chris Jericho.
Which I would love. I would love Jericho to finally win it.
For the record, I would have picked Sami Zayn and Cesaro in a tie.
Okay. And instead you're picking?
Come on, idea.
Sami Zayn.
All right.
Oh.
So I got one of the people in your
If he
time.
wins, you're going to be so pissed.
I'm going to be so angry. Like, on one hand, like, I'll be so excited for Sami Zayn, and I'll be like, wait, George picked him out of a friggin' hat. And finally,
Sorry, Sammy.
main event, Rollins versus Reigns, WWE Championship on the line. This will be a no contest. Because this is going to keep going. They didn't add any stipulations on this one. Somehow it's not going to be clean. I'm saying this one ends without a true winner.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yes, no contest.
I say Seth Rollins, but he's not the champion.
Okay, so we might move him by like DQ or something, or count out or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And George! And let's get the reason why on whatever you pick.
No contest.
That's what you wanted.
Dude, I already have 2 other no
I think
contests.
you rigged
There's no
the
way
hat.
I win.
I think you rigged the hat,
That's okay.
guys.
I'm happy to pass along the belt for a month before I regain it back for SummerSlam or for a Battleground. Whatever the hell's in July.
We can never remember.
All right,
Battle
well,
Slam.
Well, those are our predictions. You can see
should
all
have
the
a
AfterBuzz
Summerfest.
host predictions. They'll be tweeted out this weekend, and of course, you can keep the conversation going on the various. I'm talking right now. I'm trying to wrap the show up, people. Just because you're the champ doesn't mean you can talk over everybody.
You want to rap?
Well, I might. On my new YouTube and Facebook page, Christian Rosenberg, I just put the first Rosie rebuttal up. That's right, I changed the name of it. But I should go over that in my usual plugs. Hit the music. Scott Narver, how can people reach out to you?
You can reach out to me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks. You can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud, and also youtube.com/onyourmarkshow. Left, right, episode 2 dropped today. That's Marky Extreme and Skeeter Skyflyer playing video games. And also, be sure to check out Wrestling Compadre Slamcast. The big move to Fox Sports is June 29th. And we had a certain guest that was in the studio today on this last week's show.
Someone very knowledgeable and cute and fun to listen to.
Yeah, Mark, where's that guy?
I wasn't on that show.
And Christy was there.
You can follow
And I was
me.
there too.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, on eBay. I'm selling all these cool magazines that you can have, you can own. They're fun. They're
They're
cool little-
WWE magazines,
cool-
guys. Don't get too excited.
I'm selling some Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines too. They're cool little flashbacks, back to the days of the golden years of the WWF. But Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Hermoza, GHERMOZA, YouTube, eBay, all the above.
Christy.
All right, guys, please watch Hollywood 911 Saturdays at 10 p.m. on Reels channel. You will see my face there a little bit sometimes. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Christy Reports. And please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christy Reports.
All right, and follow me on Twitter at Rosenberg, Instagram, The Rosenberg. T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. My first edition of Rosie's Rebuttal. That's right, I changed the name of it. That is up now. I literally posted it within the last hour on my YouTube and Facebook page, Facebook.com/Christian Rosenberg. And for all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Enjoy Money in the Bank this Sunday. For Scott Narver, George Hermoza, and Christy Olson, I am Christian Rosenberg. We will see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.